Nicaragua is a study in contrast. It's a land filled with beauty and tremendous resources. It's also a nation of extreme poverty, where jobs are scarce and real opportunities are nearly non-existent. Hi, I'm Bob Trelease, the Director of VERBO Christian Ministries. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit about the country that's been my home for nearly 30 years. The people of Nicaragua are a very warm, intelligent, and hardworking people. But decades of setbacks have devastated this once prosperous nation. In 1972, an enormous earthquake leveled Managua, the nation's capital. It was a disaster the city has never truly recovered from. In the 1970s and the 80s, Nicaragua was torn apart from within. The Sandinista revolution and the Contra-resistance destabilized the nation, and the effects are felt to this day. In the 1990s, it was Hurricane Mitch. The massive storm and ensuing floods ravaged the land and left tens of thousands homeless. Today, the people of Nicaragua live peacefully, but more than 30 years of turmoil has taken its toll. Only Haiti ranks ahead of Nicaragua as the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. The process of rebuilding moves slowly. A stagnant economy and an unemployment rate of almost 50% has been incredibly demoralizing to the people. In the midst of all this, God is doing a remarkable work all over Nicaragua. Lives are being changed, and the nation is being moved from within. Through God's grace, VERBO has planted churches across Nicaragua. Our mission is to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ and make disciples in every region. VERBO is reaching many leaders in business, government, law, and education. The churches are vital and thriving. People who were without hope are now living out God's purpose for their lives. People that were once in ruins have been restored and are following Christ. VERBO has a special ministry to the rejected and orphaned children of Nicaragua. There are tens of thousands of kids who have been abandoned because their families are unable to care for them. VERBO operates 3 large orphanages. Each orphanage has a school with high educational standards. Many of these orphans move on to fine universities after leaving our care. Vocational training also helps to prepare and equip children. VERBO is an extensive and innovative farming venture. It employs orphans as well as many in the local community who are learning leading-edge agricultural techniques. On site at 2 of the orphanages are bicycle shops that are all run by teenage orphans. They repair and sell donated bikes that were shipped down by partnering churches in the United States. This bakery was started by one of the orphan boys through his own initiative. The reputation for baking some of the best bread in the region has allowed them to steadily expand their market. Each of these trades are teaching these young men and women administrative skills, marketing practices, customer service, and the rewards of a successful enterprise. But most importantly, through the caring orphanage staff, the children are learning about the healing that can only come through knowing Christ and His love. The economic and natural disasters have left so many families in ruins across Nicaragua, many thousands in refugee camps with no real hope for improving their situation. This is Nueva Vida, the largest such community in Nicaragua. VERBO has planted a church here and is bringing opportunity to the people. An agricultural development project has been established, as well as a carpentry shop, which are providing training and jobs to remedy a major problem of malnutrition among the refugee children. VERBO runs a feeding program that provides meals for almost 100 children every day. In answer to our call to reach the whole nation, we're going to the outer regions to plant churches. One of the more primitive regions is along the Coco River, which forms the border with Honduras. This is a village of Kring Kring, which is occupied by the Mosquito people. For decades, famine, disease, and witchcraft have held a grip on these hard-working indigenous people. VERBO planted this church in Kring Kring, which has grown and is now flourishing. Strong leaders have arisen who are touching the community with the message of God's love and forgiveness. The results have been remarkable. A genuine joy has been birthed in Kring Kring. VERBO has built a large school where children are receiving a real education. And for the first time in many years, there is a wonderful feeling of hope in this village. There is such a vast need for practical help and healing throughout this nation. Because of God's mercy, the VERBO Church has been able to participate in changing Nicaragua in many significant ways. It has truly been breathtaking to watch what God has done. We really appreciate that so many of you have been praying for Nicaragua. If you feel like the Lord might be nudging you to get involved, please contact us. We'd love to have you be a part of it.